Alright, so welcome back to this episode. If you went to the last episode, like disregard that if you're using 5.03, Unreal Engine 5.03. That last episode was for the people that are using Unreal Engine 5.1. So let's go ahead and make some doors because we gotta have some kind of doors to, walk through. There's a couple ways that we can make doors, and maybe we'll go through all the different ways in this video, but here's the kind of doors that we're going to make. Basically, we're making a door like a physics door when you can walk up to it and it swings open. And then the other kind of door, we're going to make it so it's like you can have code to lock it off if you want to. So let's start by creating the door. Now, luckily, we have the starter content available. So go back to all, content, then starter content. And what you're going to notice is that there's going to be a door here in the materials. Oh no, not materials, I'm sorry, the props. Yeah, there's a door and a frame. Those are the things that we're about to use. So go back to your blueprint character. So right here in the blueprints folder, we're going to make another folder and we're going to call it doors. Like I said, we're about to make multiple doors. So on the first door, we'll make another folder and we'll call it physics door. Okay, so for this one, we'll open it up, right click, and then we want to create a blueprint class. This class needs to be an actor, and this is going to be our phys door underscore BP. Right, so we know it's our physics door. Now we can open this up, and now first things first, we need to add a static mesh. So on the left hand side, add, and then click static mesh. And this is going to be our door frame. So you can just write frame. Right here, while you have it clicked, let's find that static mesh of the door frame. So we remember that it was in content, it was in our starter content, it was in props, and there's the door frame. Now you can either click and drag it here, or you can, while it's highlighted, you can press this button here. And now it's going to fill out the door frame. Perfect. Now for the door frame, what we need to do is we need to take the collision off of it. So that we need to make sure it has no collision. So on the right hand side here, let's turn the collision off where you see collision. Block all dynamic, change that to no collision. There you go. Compile and save. Now what we need to do is add another static mesh. So another static mesh, just type it in at the top. Oh, I'm up here. So you have to come back and click on the original, and then you have to type in static mesh. Static, I can't spell. And mesh, and this time I don't want it to be the door frame, but it keeps on giving me the door frame by default. So I was looking for like the regular static mesh, but don't worry, we'll call this one the door. So rename it to door. Okay, and on this side we need to change this static mesh to the actual door. So click on the door down here, and then click the triangle. There you go. Now, really important here. We need to slide this door over to make it perfect here. So come up here to your snapping and make sure your snapping is turned on, so it's highlighted blue. And yours is probably going to be at 10, so change it down to 5. Alright, once it's at 5, you'll be able to snap it perfectly in place. Just drag it over. Click, click, click. So that's perfect. Okay, cool. We're not done yet. Compile and save though. For the door, we want that to actually have physics on it. So we need to simulate the physics while this door is highlighted. So come over here to the right, click simulate physics. Alright. Angular damping, we can play with that later, but I think that's the most important part is we have to simulate physics. Perfect. Compile, save. Now, also on the door, what we need to do is let's go to our content browser and double click on this door. This door, it may not have collision on it, and if it doesn't, all you have to do is come down here to the right, press apply, and you're going to see these green things pop up. if that happens for you, you did it right. Press save and close. Cool. Alright, next thing we need to do is add the physics constraint so it can move. So let's add another thing. It's called physics constraint. It's right here, physics constraint. And we'll put it on the door, not the frame. And what you want to do is move it right into place where the hinge is. So move your physics constraint right where the hinge is. So it's right there for me. Okay. And now, while it's highlighted on the right hand side, we need to set it up. So first things first, right at the top, where does it say? Alright, so right here, constraint. Constraint name 1, component name. Type in the name of your door, which ours is called door. Yours may be called whatever you called it here. But type it in exactly how you see it there. And if you press enter, you'll see it highlight red. So that's how you know you did that right. Alright, once you have that done, what you want to do is you want to come down here and you want to give it a constraint, some rules basically. So let's give it some rules. In the swing motion, we don't want it to be free. We want the swing motion to be limited. And we don't want the swing motion 2 to be anything. We want it to be locked. Twist motion, we want it to be locked. Perfect. Now you'll notice that your little icon down here is not facing the correct direction. We want it to swing, you know, watch. When we rotate it, watch, I'll show you. We're going to rotate it to the right. There we go. 90 degrees. And that's how far it's going to swing right and left. So right now it's set at 45, but let's up that to like 80. And there you go. You see it fans out pretty good. So once you do that and compile and save, let's come down here a little bit further and we need to set this angular motor. So in order for the door to like have some weight on it and, you know, like swing back to close once we open it, we need to set this motor. So instead of slurp, change it from slurp to twist and swing. Then right here on the swing, let's click that open. And the strength, I mean, and when I set it up, the first time I had it around 100, but let's see what it looks like around like 50 or 60. I mean, just let's say 60. I didn't have a problem with mine at 100, but I just want to see what it looks like smaller. So that should be set up right. Compile and save. Let's test this door out, right? So let's come back to our content, third person, blueprints, doors, physics door. And let's put the physics door out there. Let's turn it around 90 degrees. Let's make it a little bit bigger than that. Alright. And let's play. Oh, something's not happening. So let's escape. I know it's not happening. What's happening is clipping with the floor. Watch this. When I pull it up a little bit, let's pull it up right off the floor, which we can fix this in a second too. Go. See, now it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And I'm gonna set my strength back at 100. I don't like the 50. So let's go back to the strength here. So it was for the physics constraint. So double click on your door, go back in here, click on physics constraint, and we'll change it to 100 again. So instead of 60 down here in the angular motor, change it to 100. Press enter, compile, save, X, and let's play that. Nice. Alright, cool. So that's the first door. That's how you make the door. Let's fix the part of it when it's let's fix the part of it where we need to move it up off the ground, because we want it to be on the ground, to be honest. But it won't act right when it's on the ground. So let's fix that. Let's see if we can fix that, right? What I would do to fix that is double click here, Go to your viewport. And where the door is, we can either turn off your snapping. Dang. And drag it up just a notch. Save, compile, and that should make a little bit of change. So let's see. Let's see now. Yeah, exactly how we need it. So that's perfect. Cool. In the next video, we're going to do another kind of door so that you can have two different kinds of doors. So thanks for joining me on the physics door. I'll see you next time in the other kind of door. Peace.